just wanted to make a quick video for the new year and talk about gun rights and responsibilities. We're always talking about our gun rights. Well, along with our gun rights comes responsibilities. And responsibilities are, it is our place to hold on to our rights. We can't expect them to just be given to us because they're rights. They are ours, but we won't be able to hold on to them if we don't, if we aren't vigilant about our rights. And again, so there's a responsibility. Lately my phones have been ringing off the wall for classes, for concealed handgun classes, basic handgun skill classes, handgun selection classes, and that's great. I have no problem with it. I'm glad that people are wanting to get their guns and stuff, but why? Why do we wait until we think that the right is going to be taken away to do something? Isn't it a right that should be exercised? Because a right that's not exercised will eventually be lost. And so why do we always wait until there's a big crisis? And then the crisis comes and then everybody wants to run out and buy a gun or get a license. Okay, so you run out and you buy that gun or you get that license and then they ban it. Then what? Have you thought ahead what would happen if they do a ban? What will your stance be? What will you do? Will you turn in the gun that you just bought? If they grandfathered in like they have talked a little bit about, it's possible. Maybe you won't have to. But what about the rights of your children and your children's children? There's more to just the here and now, and there's more to it than just owning a gun here and now. It is the fact that our founding fathers guaranteed us the right. And, you know, I've heard it said quite a few times over the last few weeks that we weren't given that right to hunt. Man has the right to hunt to feed himself. We weren't given the Second Amendment right to hunt. We were given the Second Amendment right to defend ourselves, and not even just defend ourselves as in for the person that's breaking into your house. We were given the right to defend ourselves against a tyrannical government. And so there's a reason why we were given the Second Amendment right. And there's a reason why it's so important that we keep it. Look at every other nation that ever lost their gun rights. Look at Mexico. I mean, look at what happened to that country. Now, they've been struggling for a long time with other issues, but the minute, well, not the minute, but shortly after gun rights were taken from the citizens, they were going to keep people safe by taking the guns away. What happened? The criminals that don't care what the laws are took over. The cartels own the country. Politicians are killed every day, and people in the streets suffer and die for what? For no reason. Why? Because the citizens didn't stand up and hold on to their rights. They let their rights be taken away. And I'm not trying to preach to anybody about this. I'm simply saying that we have a right and a responsibility. And it is our responsibility to hold on to those rights and to exercise our rights on a regular basis, not just when they are in jeopardy. That's the important part. I mean, we've seen this happen before. Gun bans have happened before. The assault weapons ban in the 90s, what was it, 94? So we've seen this happen before. Why would it surprise us that they found a reason? And don't get me wrong, I am not belittling the tragedy that they have used as an excuse to spark this, because, and they play on people's emotions. I'm a mother. I have grandchildren. Do you think it doesn't bother me that children died? But they could have died at the hands of other means too. It's like children die every day at the hands of drunk drivers, and yet they don't ban cars. Children die every day, you know, from abusive parents, and yet they don't ban, you know, certain people having children. So you have to look at it in the same, the correct perspective. So take your rights, hold on to your rights, but exercise them vigilantly all the time. Don't wait until there's a crisis, because you could find you wake up and they just won't be there. So, no matter where you're from, what state you're from, some states are actually starting to enact, stricter gun laws right now before the federal government even does anything. What are you going to do? I recently saw a movement that is trying to get Texas to do the interstate law, basically saying that if a gun is produced in Texas, that then the federal government has no right to ban that gun. Right now, I don't know that we produce any assault rifles in Texas, but it would sure be a good way to entice a company to come and produce assault weapons in Texas, and that's fine. And, I hear a lot of people on the assault weapon, thing, well, you really don't need, a weapon like that to defend yourself or, for hunting. Well, first of all, again, the Second Amendment isn't about self-defense and hunting. It's about defense of our country against foreign and domestic invaders. Okay? So, again, keep it in perspective. It's my right to have what the government has. It's my right to have what the police have. How can I stand, and I'm not saying we'll ever have to do this, don't get me wrong, but how can I stand against something or someone if and we're out weaponized anyway when you look at it in that manner. But again, it's just a matter of principle, okay? No one is talking about standing up and fighting against the government or in that manner, okay? But again, it's our right to have the ability, to the best of our ability anyway, and to the best of our financial ability too, to do so. And I have a feeling, we're having ammo shortages everywhere I go. Oh, no ammo, no shipment, warehouse is empty. Okay, again, why do we wait till the last minute to go buy that box of ammo? I heard someone complain, well, I couldn't even get ammo to go hunting with. So, hunting season comes every year. Why did you wait to buy one box, just before you go hunting? It's responsibility. Okay, it's a matter of always being prepared, protecting your rights, and responsibility. And again, with gun ownership, with the right for gun ownership, comes the responsibility of gun ownership. And that means keeping your weapon safe from other people, but it also means defending your rights to have what you have, or to buy what you don't have even. If you are legally allowed to own it, your sound mind, then you should have the right to buy it, and someone else should not have the right to tell you what it is that you need and what you don't need. I am a responsible adult. I don't need somebody to tell me what it is that I need and what I don't need. If I want an AR-15, then that's my business. If I want an AK-47, that is my business. If I have broken no laws with the guns that I have and the rifles that I have, then they have no right to tell me what I can and cannot have. So again, don't just run out and apply for a license. That's great. That's good. But what else are you going to do? You need to defend. Let your government know. Let your representatives know. You're not going to put up with this, Don't just depend on the NRA. I'm not saying anything against the NRA. I used to be a member myself. But just remember, they back people like Harry Reid. And who's right now up at the forefront of wanting to do some of this stuff, okay? So keep in mind, you can't wait on an organization to do it. We, the people, have to do it. So let's hold on to our rights and let's be responsible for our own rights.